Hi, I'm Simon Robson, and this is Just the Basics. This is the second video that I have in the series, and this one we'll be looking at just basically some warm-up exercises before you start playing. Just a few different things, because if you're going to be playing the bass, you do need a warm-up. It's very important. If you don't warm up, you're more likely to make mistakes, etc. So just always do it if you can. It doesn't take long, and it just helps with your general playing. It's a great thing to do, and it'll overall improve your skills as a bass player. Okay, so in the first video we just looked at the tuning, the finger positioning, and a little bit about the general different areas of the bass. So if you watched that video, then that's great. This is the second one, obviously, just continuing on. If you didn't and you want to go back to that one, feel free to do that and watch that one before this one, if you're not sure what you're doing. Okay, so even if you just need to tune up your bass before you start warming up, and you want to know how to do that, that is detailed in the first video if you need to look at that. Okay, so here we go. Warm-up exercises will be done before you play the bass, and you can warm up both hands. It's best to warm up both hands, obviously. Generally, you want to play certain things that, it depends on your skill levels, obviously, but you want to be playing across different strings and different frets, just so your hands are getting used to what you're doing, and your right hand is used to moving up and down the strings without even having to think about it. Okay, so a very simple one to start off with is if you just play chromatic, which is just running up one fret at a time. So if you start with the first fret, and if you use your index finger on the first fret, that is, on the E string, then middle finger on the second fret, ring finger on the third fret, and little finger on the fourth fret. Okay, that's the chromatic run, so, right, and you want to do that on the E string, and then the A string, then the D string, and then the G string, just like this. So, okay, and then you can go back down from the D to the A. The G to the E. Alright, and what you want to be doing with this hand is try to alternate each finger. So, sorry. It can be hard to do to concentrate on both, so if you want to just concentrate on doing one thing at a time, that's absolutely fine. I would recommend probably trying to just get used to the alternating pattern, because that's a little bit easier. So if you just want to start, maybe if you just did on the first fret on the E string, and you just play, and then move up to the first fret on the A string, then do the same on the D string, and then the same on the G string, and then that just becomes it's just more natural. It's just a great thing to do, and once you've got into that alternating pattern, your playing just can become really smooth. It just sounds a lot better. It's not as rushed. If you're just playing with one finger, you have to play twice as fast. So it just lets you relax a bit more. Okay, so once you've got that down, then you can start with the finger positioning on the with the left hand here. All right, and then back down. And the speed of that can be whatever you want. You can use a metronome to help keep you in tempo if you need to. or you can just take it as freely as you need. It's mostly just to sort of stretch your fingers out, get them used to playing over the strings and across the frets. And you can just continue on with that. You could basically start with the first fret, obviously, and just work your way up. So once you've reached the G string, so go on to the next fret up, the second fret. Again, the third fret, and then you can just keep doing that as often as you want. You can move all the way up the neck if you like. It does get a little trickier down this end of the fretboard because the frets are so close together, and you're playing so high up the neck. It's quite difficult, but if you can manage that, that's great. So that's just one warm-up exercise that you do. There are plenty of others. You can do a very similar thing to that, but across whole notes, so over 2 frets instead of just the half note or the semitone, which is obviously the chromatic run there. So you'd use the same fingers for each pattern. So you would want to start on the first fret on the E string, okay, and then use your middle finger. Instead of going to the second fret, go to the third fret, and then you want your ring finger to go to the 5th fret, and then your little finger to go to the 7th fret. Then on the next string, same thing. And again on the D string. Sorry, that little finger there. And then finally on the G string, the same thing. Okay, so that one's a little bit trickier. It's further out. If you've got small hands like me, it can be quite tricky, but with a lot of practice, you can get it down perfectly. So if you were to do that at a faster tempo, it would be something like this. And that's a great one, just to stretch your fingers out a lot. It gets you used to sort of moving up and down the neck further with further spacing, so you can reach notes faster. So, for example, when you hit the 7th fret here with your little finger, you're jumping straight back down to the 1st fret there. And if you can do all that in time, then that's fantastic. There are other warm-up exercises that involve scales. And I imagine a lot of you won't know your scales yet. I didn't learn my scales for a long time, but I would recommend learning them as soon as you can, and I will be doing them in the next video. I think they're really important, because if you know your scales, then you can play along a lot easier with a lot of things. So for example, if you have a song that's in C major and you know your C major scale, you know which notes you can use and which notes you can't use. Okay, so if you can find out, if you can learn your scales sooner than later, it's a lot easier to learn them if you do them straight away. And when I learned them, I found my playing increased really straight away. My improvisation skills were a lot better. I could play along with things just a lot more easily. But I'll do some warm-up exercises in the next video with the scales after I've shown you how to do the scales, just so you know a couple more warm exercises that are a little bit more than just running up and down the fretboard at a very simple pattern, and it's better for training as well. Okay, so that'll be the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Not a lot to it, but warm-up is important. There are a lot of other warm-up exercises you can do out there. If you want to learn some more, then take a look around. You'll be able to find a lot of videos detailing some more warm-up exercises. But that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully see you in the next video.